So, in continuation to the last class, so here is the 13th question. On an open ground, a motorist follows a track that turns to his left by an angle of 60 degree after every 500 meters. So, ella 500 meters ಆದಮೇಲೆ so the motorist 60 degree ಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಟು ಹಿಸ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡಿಗೆ 60 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಅವ 500 ಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅವಾಗ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅ ಗಿವನ್ ಟರ್ನ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫೈ ದ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೋಟರಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಥರ್ಡ್, ಸಿಕ್ಸ್ತ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಏಯ್ತ್ ಟರ್ನ್. ಸೊ starting from the given turn, so from first turn, so we should specify what is the displacement of the motorist at third, sixth and eighth turn. So when he takes the third turn, what will be the displacement? When he takes sixth turn, what will be the displacement? And for the eighth turn, what will be the displacement? Compare the magnitude of the displacement with the total path covered by the motorist in each case. So now we have to compare the displacement with the distance, that is path length. Path length is nothing but distance. So in this case we have to compare what is the magnitude of displacement with the distance. Now distance ಮತ್ತು displacement ಮಧ್ಯ ಏನು ಟೋಟಲ್ ಪಾತ್ ಅದ ಅದನ್ನು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ he is telling he is turning to the left by an angle 60 degree. So 60 degree turn ಆದಾಗ we can take regular hexagonal path. So let me draw the diagram here. So you can take the regular hexagon to denote the path of the motorist. So all these sides are equal. So all the sides has got the same length, that is 500 meters. So from here to here it is 500. So from here to here also it is 500, and this distance, this distance, this distance, this distance all has 500 meters distance. So suppose this point be A, B, C, D, E, F. So at this point a motorist starts, and after completing 500 meters distance he turns to the left at an angle 60 degree. So this angle here is 60 degree. By moving 60 degree he turns to the left and again completes 500 meters distance and again turns to the left with the angle 60 degree. So he does the same for here. So this is again 60 degree, and this is again here is 60 degree, and this is again here is 60 degree. So this is the basic diagram for the above problem. So this problem has got this diagram. So why we have taken the regular hexagonal? Because at every turn he is covering the 60 degree angle. Now, so he has started from this point. So first turn, second turn and the third turn. So he is at the point D at third turn. So this is first turn. So he has started from point A. So this will be first turn, second turn, third turn. So this is third position. And now from here, so the sixth position. So third turn, fourth turn, fifth turn and sixth turn. So at sixth turn he is in an initial position, so the displacement will be 0. So he has went from the point A and reached the point A after the 6 turns. Now 8th turn, so 7th turn, 8th turn, so this is 8th turn. So you have 3rd turn, 6th turn and 8th turn. So for all this we have to compare the magnitude of displacement by total path. So now let us find the displacement of the motorist at the 3rd turn. So this will be the displacement, because displacement is the final position minus initial position. AD will be the displacement. Displacement of the motorist at the 3rd turn will be equals to what? AD. Equals to what? AD. So this is 3rd turn. Now, so this AD will be equals to what? A. So if this is the center O, AO plus OD. So I can write AO plus OD. So this total distance will be how much? So if you take a triangle, or if you draw the triangle, then you get equilateral triangle. So in equilateral triangle, so let's suppose if this is the triangle AOB, so in equilateral triangles all sides will be equal. So this side will be equal to this side. So if this side is 500 meters, this will be again 500 meters. So 500 meters plus 500 meters. So that comes around 1000 meters. So AD is equals to 1000 meters. Now next, total path. Total path. So total path length from moving from A to D. So AB plus BC plus CD. AB plus BC plus CD. So this is the total path length. So we know the distance 500 plus 500 plus 500 meters. So that will be 1500 meters. Next, we have to find magnitude of displacement by total path. Total path length. So we know path length and this is the displacement. So if you substitute, then what you will get? 1000 divided by 1500. So 10 by 15 will be 2 by 3, or this can be equals to 0.67. So this is the ratio. So this is for 3rd turn. So now for 6th turn. So 6th turn is from where to where? So from point A to point A. 6th turn. So displacement will be 0 because the initial and final positions are coinciding. But path length will be how much? AB plus BC plus CD plus DE plus EF plus FA. So that gives total path length, but the displacement is 0 because it has started from the initial position and came back to the initial position. So the displacement is 0. Displacement is equals to 0. So path length will be what? AB plus BC plus CD plus DE plus EF plus FA. So that means 500 plus 500 plus 500 plus 500 plus 500 plus 500. So if you take the sum, then you get 3000 meters. So displacement by path length will be how much? Okay, let me write here. So displacement, so this is PL, path length, displacement divided by path length. So that will be 0 by 3000. So 0 by anything is 0. So we found the ratio of magnitude of displacement divided by path length for the 6th turn. So displacement here is 0 because initial point and final points are coinciding, but path length is not equals to 0 because it has moved all the way from A and reached to A. So AB plus BC plus CD plus DE plus EF plus FA will give the path length. So if you sum over all the distances, then you get 3000 meters. So that is displacement divided by path length, that is 0 by 3000, which is equals to 0. So next is at 8th turn. So for 8th turn, we should again find the displacement and the distance. So here is the 8th point. So a motorist has started from A and then went back to A. Then again 2 turns he should take to come for the 8th turn. So the displacement will be how much? AC. AC will be the displacement. So if this is the displacement, so let's suppose this angle is beta. So to find this displacement AC, we can use triangle law of vectors addition. So you have 2 triangles and this gives the displacement. So AC will be equals to what? AB square plus BC square plus 2AB BC cos beta. So first displacement is equals to how much? AC. So using triangle law of vector addition, we can write AC is equals to AB square plus BC square plus 2AB BC cos theta. So now we have AB is 500 square plus BC is 500 square plus 2 into 500 into 500. So cos beta is 60 degree, cos 60 degree. So this is root. So you have 2 500 squares, 2 into 500 plus here you have 2 into 500 500. So you can take common also, but cos 60 degree is 1 by 2. So if you take 2 into 500 square plus 2 into 500 square multiplied by cos 60, that is 1 by 2. So what will be left is 3 multiplied by 500 square. So if you take the root, so square gets cancelled, square and root will get cancelled, so 500 comes out. What will be left is this 3. So 500 root 3 is AC. So value of root 3 is 1.732. So if I substitute 500 into 1.732 meters, then I can get 866 meters. So this is AC. Now distance or total path length. Will be how much? 8 into 500. So he has turned 8 times for every 500 meters. So this will be 5 it's 40 4,000 is there. So ratio of magnitude of displacement divided by total path length will be how much? 866 divided by 4,000, or 866 can also be written as 500 root 3 divided by, there is a 4,000 here, so 2 will get cancelled, so 5 8's 40. So what will be left is root 3 by 8. So this is the ratio. So root 3 by 8 is again 0.22. So this is the ratio of magnitude of displacement divided by total path length for the 8th turn. So we found for the 3rd turn, 6th turn and the 8th turn. Next question is, a passenger arriving in a new town wishes to go from station to hotel. So this is located 10 kilometers away on a straight road from the station. So there is a passenger. So a passenger ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಟು ಹೋಟೆಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಟು ಹೋಟೆಲ್ ಇಸ್ 10 kilometers. So on a straight road. Now a dishonest cabman takes him along a circuitous path 23 kilometers long and reaches the hotel in 28 minutes. So this cabman, what he does is he takes him from station to hotel on a long path. So this long path has got 23 kilometers. And overall he takes 28 minutes to reach the hotel. So now he is asking what is the average speed of the taxi and the magnitude of the velocity, average velocity, and we should find are these two quantities equal. So we know the difference between average speed and average velocity. First we have to find what is average speed, then we have to find what is average velocity. Next we have to equate both these terms such to understand whether these two quantities are equal or not. Now from the data you can see the shortest distance from station and the hotel is how much? 10 kilometers. So this is given in the question. So the shortest distance from station to hotel is 10 kilometers. Now the displacement of taxi should be what? That should be again 10 kilometers. Displacement of taxi. So that should be again 10 kilometers. So to go from station to hotel, if he goes from the shortest path, then taxi man should cover again 10 kilometers. But what he did, he didn't go from this path, but he took the long path, and that has got 23 kilometers. So distance travelled by the taxi. Distance travelled by taxi, which is equals to 23 kilometers. So now how much time did he take? He took 28 minutes. We have to convert 28 minutes to hours. time taken taxi is equals to 28 minutes. So this can be written as 28 divided by 60 in order to convert this to hours. So 28 divided by 60. So if you cancel out the things, then what you get is 7 divided by 15 hours. So this is time taken by the taxi. So you have converted 28 minutes to hours. So to convert minutes to hour, you have to just divide it by 60 minutes. So then that will be converted to hours. Now A. So A, what he has asked, average speed. Speed is what? Distance divided by time. So total distance traveled by total time taken. So distance traveled is how much? Distance traveled by the taxi is 23 kilometers. So substitute this here, and total time taken we have calculated. It has 7 by 15 hours. 23 kilometers divided by 7 divided by 15 hours. So if you cancel or if you do the calculation, then you get this as 345 by 7 kilometer per hour. And if you do this fraction also, then you get 49.3 kilometers per hour. So this is average speed. So we found what is the average speed of the passenger or of the taxi when it goes or when it completes the distance of 23 kilometers in a time 7 by 15 hours. So next part is to calculate average velocity. Average velocity will be what? This velocity is displacement by time. So magnitude of the total displacement divided by total time taken. So now you know the displacement and you also know the total time taken. So the distance so the displacement from station to hotel will be around 10 kilometers. So but he went through 23 kilometers, but here we have to consider only 10 kilometers divided by total time taken, that is 7 by 15 hours. Again you will get average velocity in terms of kilometer per hour. So if you see, average speed and average velocity both has the same unit. So 10 kilometer divided by 7 by 15 hours will give you 150 divided by 7 kilometer per hour. And now you can write this fraction also. So 150 by 7 will be 21.43 kilometers per hour. So this is average velocity. And if you observe, average speed is not equals to average velocity. So AS is not equals to AV. AS is how much? 49.3 kilometers per hour and AV is 21.43 kilometers per hour. So AV is not equal to AS. So in the last bit he has asked, are these two quantities, average speed and average velocity, are equal or not? But from the calculated values we can say AV is not equals to AS. So in a words format we can say known AV is not equals to AS. The average velocity or speed of the taxi is not equal to average velocity of the taxi. That means AS is not equals to AV. So this is what the solution for the above question. So question was, a passenger arriving in a new town wishes to go from station to a hotel located 10 kilometers away on a straight road from the station. A dishonest cabman takes him along a circuitous path 23 kilometers long and reaches the hotel in 28 minutes. So what is average speed of the taxi and magnitude of average velocity? Are these two quantities equal or not? We have to find. So we found average speed as 49.3 kilometers per hour and average velocity as 21.43 kilometers per hour. So that is a difference between speed and velocity is very simple. So for speed you will take ratio of distance by time. For velocity it is displacement by time.